Hey, what's up? This is Kevin, and today I want to teach you guys how to make your e-commerce store go viral. One of the companies recently that we looked at, Sunny Co Clothing, they went and gave away a free red bikini on Instagram, and almost overnight they went from 0 to 400,000 followers on Instagram, and they got covered in a lot of press and a lot of different outlets. So how do you do this? Okay, we took a look at what Sunny Co Clothing was doing, and we sort of broke it down, we replicated it, and made it even better. So we're going to teach you how to do that with our tool, the VYPER Toolkit. And I'm one of the co-founders of VYPER.
I'm Jack. I'm the other co-founder.
And both of us have, a big background in e-commerce. I started and launched a few different e-commerce companies. One of them reached 8 figures in the first year. Another one used very similar tactics to Sunny Co Clothing to make our products go viral, and we actually launched to $50,000 in revenue in our first month. And
and my background is in paid acquisition. So I've spent tens of millions of dollars on Facebook, really finding out how to run Facebook ads, the best way to get traffic, the cheapest way to get traffic. I've taken companies from making a few $1,000s a week to making hundreds of thousands of dollars a week. I've been doing this for a very long time, and so I know all of the great things that I can deliver to you guys to make the most out of your campaigns, to get cheap traffic, convert it, and really increase your chances of going viral. We're going to go through all of that in this webinar today. So make sure you're paying attention.
Yep, and then we're going to teach you how to use our tool, the VYPER Toolkit. And so we're going to go very in depth on that throughout the next couple slides.
Okay, so guys, as I just said, very important. Make sure all of your notifications are off. Put your phone on silent, even turn it off. Close your email. Everybody hates emails. Don't look at them. And the next 45 minutes, you're going to learn a ton of stuff that's going to be very valuable. So make sure you're paying attention. In the comments below, add in your, where you're from, if you've got a store, if you've tried drop shipping before, let's get a bit of background on you, and we'll see how we can help you guys out.
We're gonna take Q&A at the very end. So, we're gonna go through this presentation, we're gonna breeze through it, and then we're gonna take a lot of your questions at the very end. I know we're gonna go through a lot of information, so I'm sure you're gonna have a lot of questions.
Okay, so what we're going to go over today is number one, the first section up is going to be why is viral traffic so profitable and why you really want this to have a successful business. The second section is how to find viral products. Now this is a super important step because obviously not every product goes viral. We're going to show you the key things that that you need to look for in a viral product. Number three is obviously how to make that product go viral. So this is the secret to the success of having a viral product, obviously how you execute. So you definitely need to take that information and execute on it. We're going to show you how. And the fourth section is kind of like how you can use VYPER to combine the free plus shipping offer that you see around and combine that with a contest to make it like a super powered offer that's irresistible and going to get you some amazing results. So we're going to go through all of that, and you're going to get a ton of value.
Also, just to add on to that, viral products are going to be way better because you're going to be able to grow your store quickly, right? I mean, that's the whole point of this. Like we want to get one burst of viral traffic and have that burst going, and it's going to help you to explode your store in a very quick manner. And you're just gonna get faster results.
All it takes is one product.
So why do you want to go viral? I mean, I just talked about it. You're gonna be able to grow your store much quicker, but let's talk about, acquisition, right? Traffic acquisition. Paid traffic is generally expensive, right? Organic traffic is free, but it's limited. You're bound by the SEO, Google, whatever, all of that, right? Viral traffic combines the best of both paid and organic because you are gonna pay for some traffic, but then with that paid traffic, you're gonna get free traffic on top because of viral sharing and things like that. The other thing is, a lot of companies or a lot of stores have said, oh, my store can't go viral. I don't have anything that can go viral. Well, that's actually not true. We're going to teach you and we're going to show you how any store in any niche can find products that can make your store go viral. And lastly, what's really good about viral traffic is you're going to be able to not only get sales, but you're also going to grow your social following. You're going to grow your warm audiences, which is going to help you with Facebook ads, and you're going to be able to get cheaper acquisition.
Okay, so what do you mean by viral? So when everybody says viral, you obviously think, okay, I've got to hit 10 million views. I've got to have a huge following. I've got to do something incredible to get noticed on the internet. That's not entirely true. When it comes to e-commerce, it's kind of like the small hinge that moves the big door. You really want to find those like small little things that make a big impact. So for example, Facebook shares is definitely one of those. So the way that you want to structure your campaigns is to really leverage engagement and sharing, because that equals earned impressions. Okay, so for example...
What are earned impressions?
Okay, so earned impression is pretty much you pay for impressions on Facebook. So you're going to drive some ads, you're going to pay for Facebook for those impressions. An earned impression is when one of those people shares your post. It doesn't necessarily have to be Facebook, it can be any platform really. But the idea is that your paid impression gets shared and that creates some earned impression, which is free. So essentially the way that you really want to be able to scale cheaply is to earn as much earned impressions as possible. So for example, say you have a Facebook post and it gets shared by 10 people. Say those 10 people each have on average 1,000 friends. If you can get a high engagement on those posts, you're going to be able to reach potentially 10,000 people. Now we do know the algorithm doesn't always necessarily favor ads with links and all that sort of stuff, but this is just a rough example. The other thing about the Facebook algorithm is you definitely want to take into consideration the engagement that's going to happen on your post, because that's going to really help you go viral. The more engagement, the more viral and earned impressions you can get. The same with getting those shares. So the share is kind of like the holy grail of the engagement. A like doesn't really mean much. You're not really going to get anything from it. A share, however, you're going to get those earned impressions like we just explained. So a little bit further on in this presentation, we're going to show you how to manufacture virality using gamification to really get those shares flowing and really make the most of your campaigns and get as many earned impressions as possible.
Also, so to give you an example, right? You go through your Facebook news feed, you see your friends sharing like the latest hot product, like a fidget spinner, right? Your friend sharing that and you seeing that is an earned impression.
Correct.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Because the company that was advertising that fidget spinner did not pay for that impression to your news feed, right?
Correct.
Cool. So that's basically what we mean by earned impression. Cool. So finding your viral product. So this is where a lot of people struggle because they don't really understand how to find a viral, so-called viral product, something that people are going to be sharing with their friends, right? So first of all, your niche, you may not sell products that are necessarily viral, but you can find a complementary product to your main product that you can give away, and that would be what we call your viral product. So one example is cheap, cool trinkets that you can get for almost nothing on AliExpress. And AliExpress is a Chinese website that sources, a lot of essentially products that American companies buy and sell for a larger profit over here. And essentially, you could, to give you an example, so we're talking about like fitness, right? You could give away a very cheap water bottle, even if your main product is like, let's say, a whey protein that's fairly expensive for you to manufacture. You can't give away your whey protein for free, but you can find a cheap water bottle that has, that's really cool looking, and you could give that away for free. And a lot of times AliExpress, you're able to find these products for very cheap, like $1 or $2, right? And then aside from that, you can also private label products. This is a little bit more complicated because what you're gonna do is you're gonna buy products in bulk, and then you can either add your logo or something like that, and then you can give that away for free. That is something that is a little bit more complex. I would only recommend that if you have some revenue and some money to spend, because it does get expensive. However, you know, when we're going to show you in future slides how to make money off of these viral products. So, and then another one is books and digital products. And this is, so for when I say books, I usually actually mean physical books, because a physical product generally does better than your digital products. However, I have seen digital products work, so that would be like your ebook, you know, a free course, something like that. And that's one of the cheaper ways to make a viral product, is if you can actually create it yourself.
Coming back, what's like an example of a digital product for the health industry? Like, just to use the same example, what would be a good digital product or book that you could offer? It
could be like if it was, let's say for weightlifting, it could be like a book about how to explode your arm size or something. Like basically just some kind of training course. I actually just bought one recently. No joke, I just bought one. But it was a free plus shipping product. It was a physical book, and it was called The Bicep Bible.
You got upsold.
No. That was the product. It was called The Bicep Bible, and it got like, I remember the Facebook ad had like tons of likes and stuff, because it was like a free book, right?
So it had lots of engagement.
Yeah, it had lots of engagement. And again, I talked about this, but this doesn't have to be your main product that you're selling on your store. In fact, it should not be your main product. So because what we're gonna do with this is, not only we're gonna make some money, but one of the main benefits of going viral is getting a larger audience and a larger brand awareness to your company, right? So so it does need to complement your main product. So you can't, so for example, if we're going back to the fitness thing, you don't want to give away like a drone, for example, because that doesn't have anything to do with fitness. Even though a drone is a really cool product, you want to give away something that is, you know, related to the fitness industry. However, the drone wouldn't be a good product anyways, because it's too expensive to give away. So you want to be looking for products on AliExpress that are $1 to $2, or something that you can manufacture for $1 to $2 per unit. At max, maybe like $4 to $5, but then you would be charging like a higher shipping cost for that.
I'm gonna go into that in the next slides. Show you how it works.
Cool. So one of the examples of a campaign that went very viral was this company called Sunny Clothing Company. And what they did was they gave away this red bikini. Hopefully you can see it on the screen. Yeah, and then basically the whole viral campaign was based around, hey, if you repost our Instagram photo, you know, we'll give you this free bikini, right? And that's kind of cool, because you know, a bikini, you would think that maybe you'd buy a bikini for like, let's say like $20 to $30, right? Like the average value of a bikini.
Because you buy so many bikinis.
Yeah, that's true. I do. But essentially what they did was they offered it for free, but then they asked them to pay the shipping cost. And they actually charged, I think, $12 for shipping, right? And what a lot of people don't know, and the main majority of people don't know, is that this product can actually be bought on AliExpress for about $4 with the shipping cost. And the reason why you're able to buy it for so cheaply on AliExpress is because China actually has a deal with the US, and it's called the e-packet deal, right? Where they actually get a bunch of bulk sort of like shipping costs, and it's actually really cheap for China to ship to the US using the e-packet shipping method, right? So we can go here really quick and see. We actually just did a quick search. We searched for red bathing suit, and voila, it's right here. $3.
Not so good reviews.
Yeah. So it's basically $3.32 a piece, and then the shipping is 81 cents. So essentially, it's a $4 cost shipped.
And
right?
just on top of that, the e-packet is a very small package.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can't obviously sell, you know, as going back to fitness, you can't obviously sell, you know, some barbells
Yeah.
and a gym fitness in an e-packet. It's a very small packet that can fit,
Yeah.
like relatively small items.
Yeah. So it only works for smaller, cheaper items to ship, or sorry, lighter items. So this is sort of a rudimentary example of how you can go viral with your product, right? So they asked people to repost the image and then tag them, and then they were able to, and they also delivered them like a coupon code to get it for free, but you know, with the shipping cost. And this went super viral. So what happened was they actually, this picture by itself, I don't know if you can see it, but it got about 336,000 likes, right? Which is a lot on Instagram. And it also pretty much launched Sunny Clothing Co. overnight. So overnight, they actually got hundreds of thousands of Instagram followers. And right now they have 428,000 followers. And that's a crazy amount of followers for someone that, you know, they pretty much paid very little to get this going, because it was all drop shipped. With drop shipping, it's, you don't pay a cost up front. You only pay when someone makes the order. You pay the supplier when someone makes the order, and then they ship it directly to your customer.
Much better on your profit, not your profit, your cash flow.
Mm-hmm.
You don't obviously have to front the cost for all of your inventory. So drop shipping is a great solution for just getting started.
And that's how Sunny Co. Clothing was actually able to even deliver on these prizes, because they weren't buying the product up front. They were just drop shipping it straight from AliExpress. So actually one more thing. You know, this isn't the typical story, right? This is a product that went super viral. And I don't want to BS you guys and say that this is going to happen to you guys all the time. It's not easy. It was a combination of the right product, the right photo, the right, you know, mixture of, you know, the seed audience, which might have been influencers or like paid traffic, whatever it was. And it led to being very viral, and then it got featured on multiple websites. However, you know, even getting, you know, 1/10 or 1/100th of the results of Sunny Clothing Co. would be good for most companies, right?
Yeah.
So
they definitely made a profit.
They definitely made a profit. And what we're going to teach you is how to, you know, increase your chances for this happening, and how to try different iterations of it if one doesn't work. So we'll go.
Got the upgraded version of this for you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you artificially enhance your virality? So we saw in that example how the red bathing swimsuit sort of went viral, and it took like a lot of stars to align to get to that. So essentially what we want to show you today is how to increase your chances of that happening by doing a few things. So one, giving away products for free, even though, okay, so free is a fantastic word to get people to take action. Everybody loves free stuff. There's been tons of studies done on how everybody responds to free, even if it's a marginal difference for paying for something or getting something for free. People will always go the free option, even if it's not a good option. So what you want to do here is obviously structure it for the free plus shipping, so that you're not having to pay for the products up front, like we just showed you in that example. The next important and crucial point about having a viral campaign is combining that free plus shipping with a viral leaderboard contest. So this really enhances your chances of making a product go viral, and it's kind of like a more advanced sort of ecosystem of getting someone to take action, getting people to share, and then also getting people to claim those free products. Yeah, so let's go into that, and we can show you exactly how that works, and yeah, you can go and execute it yourself after you've seen a few of these examples. Okay, so setting up your first viral leaderboard campaign. I'm going to take you through an example in 1 second. Just remember that for like, we'll use a fitness again as an example just to keep it all in one. And remember, we are using products from AliExpress and we're using a free plus shipping, but this is kind of like an advanced way of using that. So once we come over to our viral leaderboard, you can see a few things that are happening here. So one, this is a contest. So there's an end date up here. You don't always have to have an end date, but essentially what we're doing is we're drawing people in to this landing page by saying you're going to get this free stuff or you can win free stuff. Now, this contest is claiming that we're giving away over $45,000 worth of fitness goods. Now, the reason we can state such a high number is because we're using this free plus shipping in conjunction with this contest.
So the retail value essentially is what we're claiming here.
Exactly.
Right.
So in this example, our free plus shipping product is this protein powder. Or it can be something even cheaper. But for example, we're using first 500 people to sign up, which is adding some scarcity, are going to get this free protein powder.
Yeah, and then we're saying that it's a $39 value, and that's how we're coming to that, you know, $45,000 number, along with the other prizes, right? So, you know, this is an example of more of a private label product, because if you go down, we actually labeled it with VYPER. However, you can also just do a straight drop shipping, and we'll show you that down a little bit more.
Yeah, so instead of just using an Instagram post to say, okay, go and regram this photo and then comment and we'll send a code to you, this is a much easier way of doing it. You just run your post with that link in it and say, hey, click here to get your free product. They click through to this contest, they sign up, and they come down to this section where you've got your free plus shipping. They can say, okay, I'm gonna get this free offer, I'm gonna sign up here. You go to the sign up, and just so that I'm not doubling up on my screens, I'm gonna show you the back end. So once someone signs up, let me just enlarge this for you. Once someone signs up, they're going to land on this congratulations page. And there's a few things going on here. One, we have the ranking system, so this also adds a bit of competitiveness. Again, this is going to help you get people to take action along with that scarcity. So first 500 people get that free protein powder. And so once you've entered, you'll see on here that these are all the rewards, and down here is the free protein powder for 25 points. You get 25 points for confirming your email address. So after I sign up, that sends an email address, a confirmation email, and I would just opt into that, and then that would unlock the email that would then give us the coupon code to go and claim that free product from your Shopify store. Now, just backpedaling a little bit, there's a few other things that you can use this leaderboard for, this contest leaderboard for. Now, remember how we talked about using the free plus shipping as kind of like the lead bait? You're kind of trying to get people into your audiences so that you can upsell them later and make them more profitable. So in this contest, you can actually get people to, one, refer others. So essentially coming back to that golden metric of sharing. So you're getting people to share your contest to get points. You're also getting people to like your social channels in exchange for points. So for example, I would have to like this page's Twitter account to get 25 points, which would then unlock my free whey protein powder. The other thing that you can do, which is the secret to a super successful campaign, is asking these custom entries or these custom actions. So you're essentially asking someone to do something in exchange for these points. So these are super flexible. You can literally get anybody to do anything. And what you want to do here is kind of gamify virality using this. So say we set up an ad for this contest and we will say, okay, enter our contest to win the free protein powder. Once they enter, then you have this custom entry here that's going to kind of gamify our gamification. Because remember, gamify our engagement. Because remember, the more engagement we have on our Facebook post, the higher our relevancy score is going to be, and the more Facebook is going to deliver our ads or posts. So what we're going to do here is we're going to say, okay, for 25 points, go comment, like, and share our Facebook ad. It could be any type of Facebook post. Whatever you want to build engagement on, make your actual entry about that post. So that way you can kind of gamify the amount of engagement that's appearing on your posts to tell Facebook, hey, this post is important, keep showing it to more people. And you can do other things like ask specific questions, get people to join your Facebook groups, get people to join your ManyChat list. There's a ton of things you can use in this custom entries section to really make your one customer who was just trying to get a free plus shipping offer, you can turn them into a follower of all your channels. You can ask them questions to get information for better targeting, for example, for your ads. You can do so many things in this custom entry section.
Yeah, I also just want to emphasize again, so let's go up on the, go down a little bit, comment on this workout video.
Yeah.
So, like, when we just talked about this, but I just want to emphasize that this is really one of the most powerful aspects of the leaderboard contest, right? Because getting them to actually comment on the video is just going to make your cost of acquisition much cheaper, right? So this is, if you got anything out of this presentation, this is really one of the best growth hacks.
Yeah. Any time that you can, artificially inflate your engagement, that's going to be, it's going to be a successful campaign.
Because why would, if I wanted to buy something, I would want to buy something that had 1,000 likes and everyone saying, oh, this is awesome, instead of like a post that had no engagement at all.
Yeah, and this is kind of going to be like a cycle. So as you get more people into your contest, you're going to get more people commenting and sharing your post, which is going to make your ads more and more efficient. So this is kind of like it takes a little bit to get going, but once you get it going, it's unstoppable.
And also just think about like, you could have one ad, but like, let's say you have like 5 ads. You could have 5 custom entries here and telling them to comment on each of those ads. So essentially one person is providing you a ton of value, right? And the way to make them actually want to get these points is to have multiple prizes in the leaderboard, which is what we have here.
Yeah.
Right, so
when we go down here, you can see it's a good idea to always have a random winner, because that's kind of like the dark horse. Anybody could win. So that keeps people engaged and trying to collect points. So always have like a random winner in your contest.
Mm-hmm. And then also let's talk about the fact that we chose the gift card, right? Mm-hmm. So the gift card, what we do for this example is we're gonna give away a gift card between $10 and $100 of value, right? You don't have to give away that many $100 gift cards. You could literally just give maybe one, or like 1 or 2, 1 or 0.
Depends how ethical you want to be.
Yeah. But you can give mostly $10 gift cards, which is literally the same as a $10 off coupon for a lot of stores, right? Because if your store is selling products that are over $10, a $10 gift card will always be just a $10 off coupon. It's never going to essentially give them free stuff, your customers free stuff, or you will try to make it so that they'll never get free stuff out of a $10 gift card. Yeah. Right.
So always have products above $10 if you're going to do a $10 gift card, for example.
And then what we would do is at the end of the contest, we would just give every single person a $10 gift card. So
everybody wins.
Yeah, everybody wins.
And essentially what that does is it encourages and incentivizes people to go and actually purchase from your store, so that you're not just running this entire campaign trying to make $1 per free plus shipping. You're really getting people in the door with that offer, upselling them on other offers, gift cards, and also getting them to join all of your lists and audiences.
All your social media.
So that you can sell to them later on as well. And remember, obviously, you're collecting their email address when you actually get them to sign up. So that's another great touch point for having your customers.
The grand prize is the reason why you would want to actually get more points. And this is why your user is going to want to follow you on all the social medias, right? Because if they can get to like the first ranking, then they can win the grand prize. And you don't have to offer a grand prize. Like, not every contest has to have a grand prize, but it does help in making people want to complete all these different actions. It's just part of that gamification of the viral leaderboard, right?
It makes it a bit more competitive.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to run, for example, an evergreen contest, you don't have to have a grand prize. You don't ever have to choose a grand winner. You can literally just have all of your prizes be based on points.
Yep.
So that you could say, okay, you only need to get so many points to win all the prizes, and that's how they engage with that contest. The other thing is you could also maybe say, we draw a winner once a week or once a month at random. So that way you still keep people engaged, and you can really run that contest forever.
Yeah, so like in this example, we can see that we have the 25 points. The lowest is the VYPER whey protein. Essentially, anyone can actually get that product if they just follow you on social media. And then if they follow 2 of your social medias, they can get this deluxe shaker bottle, right? So, and that is, again, another free plus shipping product. And remember, every time someone's buying one of these, they have to pay for the shipping.
So you're never losing money on these.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Let's jump back over to the slides here. So that was the, just a backtrack on that, because I know that was a lot of information very quickly. One, we're using the free plus shipping in conjunction with a viral contest, which really gets you much more sort of touch points with a customer, and it gives you way more opportunity to maximize the amount of profit you can get from that customer. So it's a much better option than just going with a social post.
Okay, so to recap everything, why is the leaderboard better than a simple free plus shipping offer like the Sunny Co clothing company, right? So number one, it's gonna be a higher perceived value because you're not actually giving away this stuff for free. You're making them earn it by following you on social media and stuff, right? So when someone feels like they've earned something, they don't think that you're just giving away a random, bad product, right? Then if you let the customer see the actual product value on your site, so what I mean by this is if you actually have the product page say that the let's say the bikini or your whey protein is $39 and you deliver them a coupon code to redeem it for $0, it makes it seem like they got a really good deal out of it, right? Versus like if people already think that it's free, then the perceived value is a lot lower. And then one of the most important aspects of the leaderboard is you're getting so much value out of each email sign up. So instead of just having them get like, a code, like in the Sunny Co clothing example, every person just got a code. They didn't even have to sign up with their email address. So Sunny Co clothing may have lost out on a bunch of email addresses, right? So right away with the leaderboard, you're gonna get their email at least, so you can hit them up for more deals or whatever it is, right? And then you're getting them to follow not just your Instagram, but you're also getting them to follow you on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, whatever it is, right? You can get them to follow all of your social medias, as well as even join your Facebook group or anything like that too.
Okay, so a few little bonuses here for when you set up your viral contest with free plus shipping offers. So one is you don't necessarily have to have an endpoint for the contest. You can keep the contest running, you can swap out products, you can really make this an evergreen sort of like set and forget campaign if you want to. So the idea of that is you just keep testing and setting these up until you find the winners, and you just keep running those winners. That's how you can really scale. Testing new products is very important. So that's one bonus. And
also, I also want to add that if you can just duplicate a contest, for example, if you wanted to do new products, you can easily duplicate the same contest, swap out products. And also, if you have an ad that's doing really well, you never want to end that contest. You want to keep that contest going forever, because that ad is going to be good for a very long time. So you never want to end the contest. And you can just keep picking out new winners, or just keep letting people redeem those free plus shipping products.
And the reason Kevin says that is because as soon as you edit a Facebook ad, you lose all of your social engagement. So you don't necessarily want to create a new contest and then go back and change out your link or something.
Yeah.
You want to try and keep that link the same, that ad the same, so you get to keep all of that social engagement.
Yeah. So again, if you want to try out new products, you want to just duplicate that contest instead of editing the same contest. And then really what you can do with this is if you can find unlimited of these viral products and have just tons of ads going to all these different contests, right? And then just figure out what are the winners and what are the losers.
Yep. Okay, so next bonus, number 2, is if you're really small and just starting out and don't necessarily want to do this yourself, you can always partner up with someone. So you can partner up with a complementary brand. So for example, for the fitness, if we were a fitness company, we might partner up with a gym, something like that. So you find a brand that complements yours. doesn't necessarily have to be a brand. You can also partner up with a store. So say we sell men's fitness stuff, we might partner up with a female women's fitness store. So you can also partner up with stores. And one of the, the biggest keys to the Sunny red bathing suit was that they helped and used influencers. So you can always partner with influencers as well to see that initial kind of like kickstart to get the contest machine going.
And also, okay, so to go back on that too, why would this larger brand or store want to work with you if you're just new and starting out?
Okay, so now there's a few ways you can position this. When you're going to pitch someone to do a joint contest or something, you can do one. You can offer them. The brand exposure. So you're like, okay, I'm going to set up everything. I'm going to run the whole thing. You're going to get hundreds of thousands of impressions. You're going to get a ton of brand awareness, and we can throw in a coupon code or a gift card into the contest, so people are going to go from the contest and purchase on your store. That's one option. Second option might be you're willing to share the email list or something. You want to share what the rewards are from that contest. It can either be emails, or you can use their links in the social section. So instead of them liking your page, they'd be liking your partner's page. You can swap those out or add in extra custom, actions. Remember how we talked about those custom entries where you can get people to do whatever you want? So what you can do there is you can create a bunch of custom entries for your partner as well to help stimulate engagement on their Facebook posts and stuff as well.
Yeah.
So essentially what you want to do is you want to position it so that you're helping them. You're not asking for a favor.
Yeah, totally. And also with a lot of brands, they're willing to give you, like, let's say a free product for like the grand prize or something. Mm-hmm. And that helps your contest become a little bit better without really necessarily a huge investment on that larger company's side.
Yeah.
And then a lot of times, like even large companies, they just have like a certain budget or like a certain amount of free product they're just willing to give away for free anyways. So just extra stock, right? And then if you just position it as like, oh, you're gonna get all this value, and you don't have to say like, oh, we're a new company, we're not that great. You just say like, hey, we're doing a big promotion and we're gonna help you guys, grow your audience in our niche or whatever, right? So you just have to learn how to position yourself as, we're gonna give this company a lot of value, or we're gonna give your company a lot of value from being part of our competition.
Bonus number 3, you can also do this gamification technique with interactive pop-ups, which is another tool that VYPER has. That's again using gamification to increase your chances of sharing and engagement. Number 4, you can use ClickFunnels as well to put people into funnels and upsell them on the spot. So if you want to get a much faster return on your money or faster return on your time, you can put them through an upsell or downsell sequence using ClickFunnels too.
And to go on that, the ClickFunnels thing. So for a lot of people who don't know, ClickFunnels is a tool. It's sort of like it could replace Shopify or whatever your store is to do the upsells. You definitely don't need ClickFunnels. That's something that I would say some stores or some companies are going to benefit from, and then some companies are actually going to get worse results using ClickFunnels rather than just your straight Shopify. So really what you need to do is see which one works better for you. And that's going to take time and effort. But to start off with, I would just say go straight Shopify. If you're finding that doesn't get you good enough results, then you can also switch over to ClickFunnels and try something like that.
Yeah, the other thing is start with Shopify, and then when you want to try out new products, maybe send them through ClickFunnels first before adding it to your store or something. And go back over to here. So now that we've set up all of this kind of ecosystem of your free plus shipping offer, your viral contest, even if you want your website interactive pop-up, because essentially the pop-up is going to show to everybody who visits your site, whereas the contest is only going to show to certain people you drive to that landing page. So it's advised to kind of have both to really get the maximum out of VYPER. Now, going back, how do you get traffic for all of this? So traffic is kind of like the key to this. It unlocks all of that sharing, all that engagement, all that momentum. And so I'm going to tell you a few ways that you can get some traffic and a few pointers in how to do it well. So the first and easiest one is definitely Facebook ads. Now, the reason that Facebook ads are so good is because they've created an enormous database pretty much of all of their users' information, what they like, what they don't like, what websites they visit, what the demographics, geographics are, all that sort of stuff. So they have tons of data that they're leveraging for their ad network to serve good ads to the right people at the right time. So a few tips for Facebook ads, because it is daunting going straight into Facebook ads. There's a lot of stuff going on. So a few tips here. Number one is free stuff does really well on Facebook because it drives that engagement, as we were talking about. So if you're running an ad and you're saying, enter this contest to get something for free, the chances of you getting lower cost per clicks and higher engagement are much higher than you running an ad for, hey, go and buy this product. So we highly encourage you to use some sort of contest or giveaway, something that's going to increase the chances of someone clicking through, because everybody is showered with 10% off discount codes, 20% off discount codes, and people are kind of not very receptive to it anymore. But if you're giving away something for free, which is essentially free plus shipping, through a contest, then you'll be able to get people to click at a much lower cost. The other thing is you really want to leverage shares. So now Facebook is kind of like limiting the amount of exposure they're giving brand pages. So the winning factor in this leveraging shares tip is that when you're running an ad and you're getting shares, that's people personally sharing that post. So even though you're a brand and you're a brand Facebook page, when you get someone who sees your ad to share it, that's someone's friend who's sharing your contest. So it's going to get a much higher engagement rate and delivery rate amongst the newsfeed. Growth hack number 3, or tip number 3, is definitely to use those custom entries like we discussed before to kind of fake that engagement. Not really fake it, it's still legitimate and real engagement, but I suppose encourage more engagement so that you're not having to pay for that engagement. You're using that contest to kind of make that loop so people sign up, then they pay back with engagement, sign up, pay back with engagement. So you're creating that loop and that cycle. So you want to ask them for a comment, like, and share on that post. Ideally your ad, but you can do it for any post. And remember, this tactic is relatively new. Not many people are doing it. Facebook may change its rules in the future. So I would try and jump on this as soon as possible, because they will probably disallow it at some point in time, because Facebook loves shutting down all the fun things that you like to do.
Yeah, because technically we're sort of cheating the algorithm in a way, right? Because we're gamifying the Facebook algorithm, and Facebook doesn't like that. So you want to jump on this right away to get better results.
Okay, now just a basic intro as well on the Facebook ads. So you've got 2 different types of audiences with Facebook ads. You've got hot audiences, or hot/warm, which is retargeting. So anybody who knows about your brand, they visited your website and then you serve them an ad afterwards. That is all limited. Like, you can only serve as many ads as you do have people visiting your website. So that's great and has a massive ROI, but is very limiting unless you're feeding a lot more traffic in. So how do you feed that traffic in? You use cold audiences from prospecting. So prospecting is when people don't know about your brand, and you're pretty much creating an ad that's giving them an incentive to come and visit your website. So prospecting is when you're deciding to create an ad and then targeting people who like gyms, who like fitness first, who like protein powder. So you can target people based on their likes and behaviors. The other type of prospecting campaign that you have that Facebook kind of made mainstream is lookalike audiences. So lookalike audiences is an audience that's created from a seed audience. So that seed audience can be an email list, a purchaser list. It can even be the engagements on your Facebook or Instagram. So what you want to do here is input that seed list to Facebook, and Facebook will say, okay, I'm going to go out and find 1% of America that is most alike the people in your seed audience. And so that would be a lookalike of 1% for the United States. You can do it for any country, and you can use any seed audience there. But essentially that is another way that you can use data to drive prospecting traffic to your website. There's also more training on this because Facebook is a beast, and you're definitely going to need to know a fair bit when you go through the process of setting up ads, creating them, and how to make a successful ad. So there is a training that you can go through over at this URL. The training was actually taken from a summit that I talked at, SumoCon, where the ticket's usually $900 or over $900. So definitely go and check it out, because you'll be getting a ton of value there, and it will teach you a lot about how to win on Facebook ads.
Cool. So besides Facebook, we can talk about, organic Instagram posts, or, making them seem organic even though you're actually paying the influencers. So what it is so one of them is you pay for an influencer and you make them seem like they're entering your contest. So for example, it could be like, hey, I just entered the VYPER fitness contest and I got a free protein powder. You guys got to check this out. And that could be your caption for the influencer. So you could, for example, get like 20 different fitness influencers, get them to talk about the contest, and then tag your Instagram. And so what you would have to do in this instance is you would have to put your contest URL inside your Instagram bio link, because there's not that many clickouts on Instagram. It's only the bio link, and also stories has clickouts. So when you pay for the influencer, you can negotiate whether you want to have a story or a post. You generally want to do a post because it's going to last a little bit longer. Stories will only last for 24 hours, but the story will be able to get the click out to your contest.
Actually, for now, it's only for verified accounts.
It's actually for all accounts now.
No, all people with 10,000 plus followers.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't know.
So when you're choosing your influencer, make sure you've got over 10,000. They've got over 10,000. Otherwise, they can't do those link outs.
Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, make sure you do the link outs. And then, so for what the caption would say for the influencer would be something like, "Hey, I entered the contest at VYPER, if that's your username. So that's ours, and click the link in their bio to enter it as well, and you can get a free protein powder." And then obviously you want to hype up the contest a little bit more than that. That's just the basic, but maybe you can say like, the protein powder I just got is one of the best protein powders I've ever tasted, something like that. And then after you have that all that set up, you have to actually find your influencers. There's a site called shoutcart.com, which is where you can get the cheaper influencers, but these are gonna definitely be your lower quality influencers. And that makes sense, right? Because if they're cheaper, they're probably lower quality. But if you're new and you just need to test out some traffic, then this is really the best, one of the better ways to do it, because you obviously don't have a lot of money, so you can't pay for the much higher influencers. And then there's a software called openinfluence.com, and then you can just do a free trial. I believe it's pretty expensive, right? Like the actual software itself, it's pretty expensive. So it's better to just try the free trial so you can use that to like search for different influencers. And then agencies, you can use if you have a larger budget, like one would be like Tap Influence. And this would be if you already have, you can just spend, $10,000 to $100,000 right away, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you don't have that. But if you ever get to that point, sometimes you might want to use agencies because they do have all the connections to like the really top influencers, right? So, and then, so for example, actually one of my previous companies that was one of my clients, they did a shout out that costed them $20,000. But within 24 hours, they actually made roughly $100,000 off of that shout. It was 3 shout outs for $20,000. And generally for stuff like that, you kind of want to go through an agency because they have the connection to those influencers. It's a lot harder to get that influencer's attention if you're just a random company emailing them or sliding in the DMs. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So we look at so also how do you determine whether an influencer is actually a good influencer? So you want to look at the engagement plus their followers. A lot of people make the mistake of just looking at the followers, and that's not great because a lot of people can fake the amount of followers. With that being said, you can also fake the engagement. So you do have to be wary. You have to kind of look at like, you just got to see, does this influencer seem legitimate? And that's a lot of factors, right?
Yeah.
So look at their comments. Like, are they getting like a lot of comments that are just like spam comments? Are their pictures actually like original and organic? Or are they just like, for example, copying a bunch of other people's pictures, and so it's like a fake page or like a stolen page, right? And then are they getting like at least 3% engagement? So for example, if they had like 100,000 followers, you would want to make sure that they have like at least 3,000 likes per picture. That'd be like a good engagement range, at least 3,000 likes. And then also you want to look at like how many comments do they get too. So maybe for that example, they might have at least like 50 to 100 comments, and that would be like a good influencer. So yeah, you have to, be careful. At the beginning, you might want to look at, the cheaper influencers, and then over time, you're going to be able to have access to better influencers.
Okay, just quickly, we really want you to start off on probably Facebook, but if you do have a specific niche or product that's fit for Reddit or Pinterest, you can replicate this whole process with those two platforms. They both have paid ad networks. You can do a very similar thing. So yeah, you can definitely expand, but we suggest that you probably master Facebook first because it is the easiest one to do, and then expand into other platforms like Reddit, Pinterest, all those sort of things. And you also want to make sure that you're tailoring your type of ads, your type of custom entries and all that sort of stuff to those specific platforms. So it doesn't make sense to do a Reddit one and say, okay, go like, share, and comment my Reddit post, because you obviously can't do that. So you just need to make some small tweaks as well. But once you do master Facebook, you can expand into other networks using the exact same process and just duplicating your contests and like helping you scale out.
So let's talk about what not to do. So a lot of you know what the fidget spinner is. A lot of you are familiar with that, right? So the fidget spinner, it made a lot of money. Let's just put that out there. The fidget spinners made a lot of money, but it was also like winning the lottery for whoever started it, because you're essentially, it went very viral, but what are you going to sell them after the fidget spinner is over, right? Because one person's only going to buy so many fidget spinners, and also it's more of a fad than like an actual product, right? And I think what we're trying to encourage is for you to actually make a real store, not like a gimmick store. We want to help you make a real business.
Yeah, we want to
right?
Legitimate.
A legitimate business. Whereas, and so if you're just trying to go for these like one-off hits, it's going to be harder. And then also that email list or that audience that you create is not necessarily going to buy anything else from you. So if we're going back to fitness, if you gave away a fitness product, now you have all these opportunities to sell them complimentary fitness products or even digital products, stuff like that, right? So you want to create not just one viral product, but you want to create a business out of your viral hits, right? So giving up after only trying one product is another issue, because not every product that you try is going to be a viral hit, right? And that's the good part about using the leaderboard is in one leaderboard you could give away like 3 products, and then your ads can actually advertise 3 different products. You could even have up to like 10 products or something. It doesn't really matter, but that using the viral leaderboard gives you the opportunity to test and try a bunch of different products. And that's how it works in e-commerce. Sometimes, a random product like the fidget spinner is gonna go really big. Sometimes, no one's gonna even care about what the fidget spinner even is, right? So it's just who knows what's gonna happen. So the only way to sort of maximize your luck factor is to try a lot of different products. And then the last thing is cutting your contest short, because really what you want to be doing is running these evergreen contests, because we already talked about this, but once you have an ad that's going really well, you don't want to ever stop that ad, unless it stops converting, because the social proof that you get on that ad is gonna continue to grow and continue making that ad really good for you. So you want to keep your contest going as much as you can. Instead of editing your contest or modifying it, just duplicate that contest and start a new contest if you want to change your products out, right? So yeah, so those are the main things. Cool. So we already showed you VYPER. We have we have actually 4 tools that help you go viral. And this is what we're gonna give you guys for this webinar only. Okay, 1 year of the VYPER Enterprise plan, which essentially allows you to use all the tools, unlimited use. It has every feature of VYPER that you need to go viral. And then so that's gonna be, retail price of that is already $1,548. We have made 2 really good templates. So the leaderboard, the fitness contest that we made here, to let you know a little bit more about this, we actually use the same template for a client, and this particular client actually grossed $50,000 in revenue in their first month of running this contest, right? So all we did was we actually changed the brand name and stuff like that. But essentially, or we also changed like the products as well. But essentially, this exact template is what we use to gross the $50,000 in that first month. So we're gonna give you this template. So instead of you having to do this from scratch, you can just swap out the images with your own images. We also are gonna give you an interactive pop-up template. Same thing. This is gonna be a template that we used in the past as well. And then you're gonna get that straight into your backend. The other thing we're gonna give you is the dropshipping masterclass. And the next few things that I'm gonna discuss are actually courses that we sell at VYPER, right? And we actually are selling them for $197. So this isn't just some BS, value thing. We are actually selling the dropshipping masterclass for $197. It's gonna teach you all about dropshipping. We talked about it a little bit in this webinar, but we're gonna go a little bit more in depth in the dropshipping masterclass. Like, how do you find good products? Like, how do you even set up your store? Like, how do you even do the technical aspects of dropshipping? So a lot of you are probably confused about like, how do you fulfill orders and stuff like that. Dropshipping masterclass will teach you how to do that, and it's very easy. Okay, and so it'll lay it all out for you.
Just tip of the iceberg.
Yeah. Whoops. Hold on. The next course is the free plus shipping ideas and case studies. So this is another course that we sell at VYPER, and basically what this course is going to show you is a lot more ideas on free plus shipping products that you can do. And we're gonna go very in depth on each of the different free plus shipping ideas, and then what those people did well, and then what they can improve upon, so that you can use those ideas, modify them, or even copy them for your own store, and make a lot of money with that. The next course is email moneymakers, which is guidelines for essentially using your email marketing to make a lot more money.
Maximizing those users.
Yes. So you're gonna get a lot of emails with your viral leaderboard. How do you extract as much value from your customers as possible? The next one is 7 e-com growth hacks to 2x your revenue. This is just learnings that me and Jack have both put in from years and years of doing digital marketing. These are the sort of the low-hanging fruit that you need to just tackle right away so that you can quickly double your revenue. It's mainly for newer stores. And then lastly, we're going to give you the webinar replay download and all these slides so that you can reference this, as long as you want. The total value of all of this stuff, all these courses, is roughly $2,727. This is not a BS value. This is actually stuff that we're selling, and you can see from our store from our website that the VYPER Enterprise that costs that much. For this webinar, it's going to be only $697. Pretty huge discount, and also it's going to be only for the next 100 slots, because this is sort of like our beta group.
Get in there.
Yeah, for this offer. And I'm pretty sure if we release this again, we're probably going to increase the price. So definitely would recommend you guys to jump on this right away.
Yeah. And yeah, if you want to check out all the features, you can head over to VYPER.io quickly, check out all the stuff that is actually in that enterprise, because there's a huge amount of stuff in there, and that's already, the tool by itself is already an incredible discount. And then in addition to all of those learnings that are going to help you learn and execute, you leverage all of these things we're teaching you to make you go viral, you're going to make back your money in no time. And so yeah, we really want you to also ask questions and get amongst us and learn. And we want to see you guys succeed. And so we're not just running this course to tell you about VYPER. We're actually running this to help you guys improve your businesses, become profitable, and hopefully pass it on. So once you're successful, you go and tell people how you did it. So that's kind of what we're doing right now.
And the other thing too is if for whatever reason you can't afford the $697, at the very least I would try a month, one of the VYPER Enterprise for a month, or VYPER Pro for a month. It's going to be a little bit cheaper. You won't get all of these courses, which are really good value, but you'll be able to at least test this out for yourself at a cheaper cost. Yep. So definitely, if you can't afford the $697, go to VYPER.io and sign up for one of the monthly so you can try to at least test everything out for yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
And then Q&A.
Yeah.